r/AskReddit asks, what do schools need to stop doing? NOW. Punishing kids for fighting back when they didn't start the fight. And doubly so, punishing kids who didn't even fight back because of BS, zero tolerance policies. Honestly, I feel like they encourage violence. If the punishment is the same whether you fight back or not, once you get hit, you're already in trouble, so you might as well smack the shit out of your attacker at that point. Making kids get up at 6 a.m. to catch the bus, then dropping them outside the school that doesn't open its doors for another 15 minutes. So on certain days, my school starts at 10. On normal days, school starts at 8:30. My bus comes at 8 on a normal day. My bus comes an hour later on the 10 start days. Wonder what I'm going to be doing for that hour at school. For the schools that do it, punishing the whole group for the actions of just a couple or few students. One time a kid stole a computer from my school. They had a list of suspects, but instead of following up with their suspicions, they threatened to charge every student with theft if the thief did not come forward. Needless to say, that did not go over well with parents. They told the parents they didn't want to single anyone out and make them feel targeted. The thief turned out to be their top suspect. Zero tolerance allows for bullies to make victims that turn into mass shooters. Before the 90s happened, when the kid bullied you, you worked up the courage and punched the kid in the nose. A week later you were friends. Or not, but at least you weren't a victim. Micromanaging kids' squabbles leaves them unable to interact and deal with confrontation appropriately. Punishing both sides of a fight is ultimately re-victimizing one of the participants. It's just lazy school administration, in my opinion. Running assemblies and meetings on maintaining good mental health while simultaneously being the ones causing most of the damage. Thank you. Like, my teachers would literally get mad at us for not choosing to be happy, because apparently it's wrong to not come to school every day with a huge fake smile on your face, meanwhile you're walking into a stress-filled, horrible environment. I don't see the point of making the process of education stressful and loaded with pressure. No one learns anything as well when they are under stress, it's just how the human brain works. I disagree. Let's not make school intentionally stressful, but life after school is full of stress. If you don't learn to cope with it appropriately in school, you're in for one hell of a rude awakening as an adult. Gonna sound a bit annoying, but whatever. I think homework needs to stop. Seriously, these kids go to school for like 6-10 hours a day just to go home and spend the rest of their day doing homework. If they decide to hold off until nighttime, now they are getting low sleep. Just ridiculous. Edit. I hate to be that guy, but thanks for the likes. I didn't expect for a post about me ranting about homework would be my most liked post. Edit 2. I'm glad y'all agree. I really thought this post was gonna go to shit. Meaningless busy work. No, I don't need to do 500 of the same kind of math problem to understand it. Maybe some people do, but don't force everybody to do a gigantic pile of work just because there might possibly someday be one kid who needs to do it that many times to get it. Those stupid crosswords teach kids crap. All in word searches are probably the worst way to teach kids anything. Assigning meaningless busy work as homework on top of it is just downright cruel. Really, homework as a whole is an abomination when it comes to primary or secondary school. It's not so bad in college when you aren't sitting in class the entire day, but giving children piles of busy work and homework is just going to make them detest school rather than teach them anything. Stupid dress codes. Called at my hospital job because my kid wasn't wearing a belt with her very high-waisted pants that fit perfectly and did not require a belt. I was told I had to drive to school with her belt. I counted that I would not abandon my patients and drive 45 minutes to deliver an unnecessary accessory. They hung up on me and I haven't heard a peep since. Where is the logic? asking why girls take their bags to the restroom. Like by now you all know damn well why Maui power move is to just make it super awkward for the teacher. Because blood is coming out of my vagina and I need to shove a new tampon from my bag in there before it becomes a problem. Cutting teacher salaries, cutting recess, cutting art classes, cutting school nurses and school counselors, cutting textbooks, cutting lunch budgets. Cutting special education even thought it's required to spend a certain amount per student. Standardized testing and insane dress codes. With testing, it's just so stressful for everyone, including teachers. And also, with math tests, let us test us on knowledge on subject, not how well you can do insane advanced multiplication. Forcing high schoolers to pick a major before they go to college. Honestly, I think everyone should take a year off after high school. They aren't so much making you pick a major, at least here in PA, but they do encourage you to think about what you want to do later in life. The thing is, everybody pushes you so hard to pick a college degree and kinda glosses over the skilled technician tech school jobs and NTJ, hey Taylor curriculum to either preparing you to be an unskilled worker because you aren't doing well enough to go to college or college. And it's not necessarily a, you will go to college or you won't be anything sort of thing outright, but there is definitely a sort of bias. Small issue, but I had a decent amount of high school teachers that factored organization into your overall grade for the class. I think that's not productive. If a kid is messing up and is visibly disorganized, you're presumably double dinging them. And if a kid is doing well but would seem disorganized, you're dinging them for not following a process designed to achieve certain results, despite the fact that they're achieving the results. The counterpoint I heard, because believe me, I griped, is that it's about following directions. But again, I think directions are there to accomplish something. If the person accomplished it, and didn't break rules, there's not an issue, in my opinion. Stripping the same amount of anything from anyone because of one person. My school banned the use of cell phones after my sophomore year unless the teacher allowed it because some dumbass made a Ariana Grande bombing joke and put it on the school Snapchat story when there were teachers who could view the story. The way most schools do lockdown drills cause more harm than good. They should stop doing them until they learn a better way. My school stopped announcing that the procedure just about to take place is just a drill and not an actual emergency. I absolutely hate it because I have no clue whether or not my life is in legitimate danger and it freaks me out. I'm not sure if that's what you were referring to, but either way, it shouldn't happen like that. Not letting us go to the bathroom when we need to. I remember being so used to having to raise my hand to go to the bathroom. In my first year of college, I raised my hand to go to the restroom. My teacher was so confused. He was like, "You can just go, if you need to." Like wow, I couldn't imagine just going to the restroom when I really needed to piss. Teaching things in stupid ways. I bloody love Shakespeare, but fuck doing an essay on him and his works. It's to be performed, not analyzed. The arts should have very little written work, as no actor would do an essay on why one play is similar to another. Teachers should stop being horrible to kids, and there shouldn't be a trade-off between mental health and grades. Schools should not start at 8 in the morning. If you factor in the hours of homework the night before and the travel time for many students, teenagers don't get nearly enough sleep and they underperform. Advocating college for all. It not for everyone, and some are much better off following a trade or skill they enjoy. And a big thank you to those that enter into the armed forces. And as part of college for all, preaching the idea that every student must do everything all the time. Not playing 2 sports, participating in 3 clubs, honor societies, volunteering, getting stellar grades, and working on the weekends. Sounds like someone isn't getting to the next level. And they wonder why we don't know how to slow down and take a vacation. pushing tons of stress onto us, ignoring the rampant mental health issues until someone inevitably kills themselves again, paying a shit ton of money for some motivational speaker to come out and talk to us once, and then going back to ignoring the issue until the next suicide. My school is an emotional time bomb, I swear. That in life there are only two paths, right and wrong, and once you're too far down one path you can never change paths. That is really true. Yes, you should think about what you want, even in school. No, it will not define your life forever. It might make changes harder, but they're entirely possible.